Welcome to the chat shit.
What's up?
Hey, we got some crazy stories this week. Oh my days. Some for the vegan here. But yeah, make sure. Oh, we got the renewable stuff for you this week.
What's this?
Oh, nice. Good for the planet. Good for the health.
Good for the planet. It's our first story. You'll see. Make sure you hit our Spotify if you want to listen to us there. Easier. You know, put your headphones on, walk, do some work, go to the gym. Listen up though. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. We need them subscriptions.
We need
views been going up. And then they went down. So check out the last podcast as well. But yeah, let's get into our first topic. Masood, they're making you a cup for vegans. So it's a renewable...
Wait, a cup for vegans?
Essentially, yeah. So it's a... So it's a renewable cup to help, you know, stop, you know, waste in this world. And, you know, you being a vegan, you know, I'm sure you're very for renewable stuff. So they're now using salmon sperm.
To create a cup. And it's renewable because you can, I guess, masturbate salmons.
Yeah, you
again
can.
and again and again.
And again and again. And that, yeah, exactly. That's why it's renewable. So what they do is, it's like paper mache.
It's like organic.
It's like they have some water, they have a bit of oil, bare sperm.
Paper mache.
Yeah, and then they just create this cup that's, you know, we will put a picture of the cup. It's really nice.
Is it like good quality?
I think for you, it would be great quality.
Surely it dissolves as you're drinking whatever's in it.
Bro, it's fine though, because it's harmless. It's harmless.
Oh, it's
yeah.
safe
they
to
process
drink,
it somehow, yeah. They process it to keep it hard.
It's safe. Yeah, no, they don't. They just leave it out.
Dry it.
to ferment.
It dries.
To ferment, yeah.
Ferment.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's even worse, man. Fermented sperm. Bro, that surely has got to be something against
But to be honest, I mean, you know, like as a vegan, I have to say, you guys will be drinking, you know, what's it called? Fermented titty juice from cows. That's milk.
Oh, I like that shit though.
That one I like.
cheese.
So I'm able to stick with that one. You stick with the
No, but
with the sperm cup.
but like I said before, I'm vegan, so yeah. No, this is salmon sperm. I can't get involved.
Oh, you can't.
It's animal product,
Right,
isn't it?
yeah, true.
But you're not going to be drinking it, bro.
No.
Yeah, true. It doesn't dissolve into the water, apparently.
No,
Yeah.
I don't buy any animal products. No,
Oh, right.
nothing.
Okay.
At all.
No,
You got us there then. You got us there.
but no, I don't see how this is gonna be like, I don't know, marketed to like actually, you know, for people to buy it and use it.
Depends depends on how far vegan you can go. Like it depends.
I don't. Still, they're not gonna. Even if you're proper like
Dude, even when you're just using the paper straws at the pubs and stuff, it's just like straight.
the McDonald's.
You know how
paper
to say that,
straws.
bro. You know how to say that.
Did I say pub? I meant the McDonald's.
I mean the straws. You
can't speak about the situation.
Yeah, you know you can't speak bad about paper straws, bro.
What do you mean, bro?
You're vegan. You're not like that. You're not like that. That's our job. We sit there. We're the ones who say.
Oh, you guys get to complain because you're not. Oh, is that what you're saying?
yeah,
No, I'm complaining how shit of a job the vegans are doing, fam. Come on, G.
That's true. They need to up the game, bro. Apparently, the paper straws was actually invented by like a school kid or something like that. Like,
really?
That's what I heard. Yeah, it was like a school.
Bro, why are
kid's
they listening to
idea.
kids, fam? They got this like little Greta Thunberg thing. I bet it was her idea with the sperm.
Greta came out and was like, "Yo, have you guys heard about salmon sperm? Yeah, let's make
She's
a
like, I
cup."
found a solution, guys. How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you? No, I
It's
like,
so peak, fam. But yeah, go on.
I like Greta Thunberg. You know what I'm saying? I rate her, but it's funny. How dare you? It's funny. I'm sorry. It's so funny.
So funny.
But yeah, bro. So they've been, you know, they're innovating. I don't know if Greta Thunberg was involved in this one, but they're now creating little robots that replicate. Imagine.
Ooh, what's this? What?
Living robots that replicate. So they use a supercomputer to design a bacteria that to design these little robots using the cells of a frog. So so then they are able to reproduce, and they're using it to target specific single cells, and then they're using it later in the future, hopefully, to remove like cancer from people, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
But bro, Black Mirror. We know this is the beginning.
I wonder why frogs though. Did you read why it's frogs? Why did they use
specifically frogs?
Yeah, why frogs? Is it because I don't know what's going on?
It must be easy to design on.
I could be completely making this up, but I'm pretty sure I've read before that with frogs they have specific cells that can like replicate themselves. I think I could have made that up.
Every cell replicates, bro. I think that's like a normal thing.
Yeah, but I think it might be. I could be chatting shit, but I think it's a specific one where it can be replicated into anything, sort of thing.
Oh,
like
stem cells.
Yeah, like stem cells for us, or like that. they can be used for any area, really. They're just like a generic cell.
Oh, okay. But maybe that's why they decided to use that.
I made that up, but I'm sure I've read that before. That frogs have something like that.
But it's the left side shit.
That sounds reliable, fam.
It's the left side shit, bro.
Or maybe they just like the Pepe memes. They were like, fuck it, the Pepe memes are
no one
lit.
cares about the frogs, so
bro,
they
you
can
guys
get away
are
with it.
Bro, the Pepe memes are lit though. I love them.
You guys are not focusing. Look. These guys have created replicatable robots. We are fucked. We are so fucked.
What do you mean by replicatable? Like that the cell of the
it replicates, doubles.
Makes itself like like a virus thing.
Like a virus thing.
Oh,
okay.
So now imagine, in the future, because they always decide to do this. I think, as you were saying, like they always decide to do this for a good cause. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
They always decide to do this, like for, as you say, for the disabled people. And like it's just yeah,
I know what I was gonna say.
keep going.
Yeah, so they always do this for mostly like disabled people, because it's like a good cause to first do it for. So what happens initially?
Okay.
So what happens initially is like, oh, we're doing all this technology to help a disabled person. So what they did for Neuralink, where they've decided to have these like specific chips or allow people the ability to control, let's say, a robot arm,
right,
or a robot leg,
okay.
Or UI.
Have they proven that, by the way, yet?
They've done it.
They've proven
this is time ago, bro.
That was with the monkey.
So they've done it. Okay. And then it all starts with a good cause. Later on, though, as we've seen every fucking movie ever, it always turns bad. Why? Because some person decides to use it for evil.
Yeah.
They can make bioweapons out of this, where you send a couple of these replicatable cells onto someone, it replicates, becomes a virus or something. It's,
and you can probably program them as well.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. Yeah,
bro, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It is innovation that we don't think about later on down the line, how that innovation can then be used for bad causes.
But to be honest, they're already doing that when it comes to like programming genes and stuff. They're already about that life anyway. So
they've been about that shit, bro. And I don't think it's a good idea. Everything starts as a good idea until suddenly
have you not seen
the bad guy in the movie gets it.
Have you not seen people are like democratizing CRISPR, like the access to it? Like everything's becoming like open source and stuff. You could just download like someone else's like programmed gene therapy for a specific thing, and you could just like build it in your basement if you want. They have like packages you can like get sent to you, and it's crazy, bro. It's
explain CRISPR for those people who don't know.
Well, it's basically just gene editing. Yeah. Just editing genes, fucking around with it, playing around.
So you can get your own
like tool,
at home kit.
Yeah, it's like DIY, gene editing at home, basically.
Oh, okay, that's sick. That's sick. I'd do that.
Fucking ridiculous.
Remember when we were kids? Did you ever get like the do it at home? You get like the archaeology set where you got a little chisel and hammer. You had to dig the bones out.
Bro, now it's DIY gene editing. Let me see if I can change my skin color.
That's madness. That is
Okay.
So it's the same thing with the 3D printed gun people. It's like, they're doing architectures for guns, sending each other the blueprints, and then
you could put anything in your house.
They had to ban that. It's illegal now, but still people are doing it.
Bro, exactly. Same thing with the gene editing, man. It's kind of banned, kind of not. Like, it's open loopholes depending on where you are restrictions wise.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like you're just fucking around making the COVID 3.0.
But these gun things always seem to happen in America,
Exactly.
It's always like these 3D printed ones, like.
Bro, we saw with Alan, what's his name? No, those are not 3D printed, but it was the gun shootings with that, the dangerous gun shootings in, was that Alan? Was it Alan? What was his name? Alec Baldwin.
Oh,
sorry.
Proper gun. Where you going that?
Gun, yeah.
He claimed that he didn't even pull the trigger,
bro.
Recently, obviously. Yeah. And then when they asked him, "Do you think you're guilty? Like, do you feel guilty about it?" Which everyone's obviously going to feel. He said, "No, I don't feel guilty about it." And the reason he said no is because
he wants to make out he.
No, because his lawyer said, "Bro, you can't be saying I feel guilty about it because they're gonna just point to that."
Yeah, exactly.
So, but obviously, everyone was hating on him for a lot about this because
he has to say it. He has to back it.
Now, and now they're testing. I think if the trigger was actually pulled or not.
Yeah, but the thing is,
if it's impossible that gun to go off without that trigger being pulled. Yeah. So they're now testing the gun. So if it turns out that he lied, that he didn't. No one was blaming you,
trigger. Bro. If he pulled the trigger and he went all in to say I didn't pull the trigger, that's GG right there.
That's so dumb because everyone already was okay with you pulling the trigger or not. You know what I mean? Like everyone said, it was a prop gun, so it was fine. Like it was not your fault anyway. So why are you gonna lie and then found out to be telling it a lie down the line?
It's like when that Prince guy, Prince Andrew, came out. He was just like, don't sweat.
He tried it. He did try it though. And then were there like pictures of him sweating?
The next day on Twitter, pictures of him profusely sweating everywhere. Why would you lie?
Bro, you're gonna get clucked.
And you're defending yourself that you're not a paedophile, and in that moment, you made the most ridiculous lie that you just got baited out.
Yeah, genetic, fam. I've been doing the gene editing thing lately. I don't sweat.
It was such a bad route to go down if you're trying to like trick everyone. I don't know what happened there.
Oh my day.
He was like specifically not in the club, and there was a picture of him outside the club sweating. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb?
With the thing as well.
With the gas. Oh my days.
But yeah, another story on guns. Unfortunately, recently there was actually another shooting in America.
Oh no, not again!
Yeah.
Every day is school shooters, bro.
Yeah, it feels a lot more common. Like I didn't actually used to believe it was one of those. I thought it was like the media just pushing that it was happening a lot, but it actually does seem to be happening like every now and again.
It's just they're used to it. We don't have this in the UK.
Yeah, I to be honest, imagine not actually feeling safe anymore going to school as well. That's actually, I couldn't actually imagine it being like that.
Oh, the max that we had in our school was someone got stabbed with a compass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Honestly, homeschool, bro. Fuck that. If I was actually scared, like, but I think you have to go to school unless you get permission to get homeschooled.
You have to get permission.
Oh my days.
You have to get permission.
I think so.
Maybe
you can't just straight away put your kid into homeschooling.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think unless you started off with homeschool, unless you started off with homeschool first.
Yeah, maybe.
And if you're taking your school kid out of school, you don't have an excuse.
Okay.
No, it's complicated out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on.
Yeah,
what actually happened?
Yeah, so unfortunately, at a high school called Oxford High School in Michigan, a 15-year-old boy, I guess, Ethan Crumbly, took a gun into school and began just shooting. I guess it doesn't seem like they think it was targeted. It's more just...
Was it like a bullying thing? Did he get bullied or something? What happened?
Possibly. They haven't found out yet. Partially, they're saying it's down to mental health. So
we know what mental health means.
Yeah. But apparently they found messages and notes just before it happened that were regarding that. But anyway, so quickly to say what happened. So he's gone into school with a handgun that they found out that his dad purchased 4 days before the shooting, and he's killed 3 students and injured 8 others.
Raw.
And so including a teacher as well, and like more information just keeps coming out about this story, like, and we find out even the parents are more involved than anyone first thought.
So yeah, one of the crazy parts of the story is that his parents, they knew their child was going to commit murder that day, and to even prove that, the mum sent him a text when he was on the day he was going to school and say, "No, don't do it."
Huh?
Imagine. So now the parents, when the guy goes off and shoots up the school, the parents go on the run. Then they get caught and found, and now they're being charged.
And the kid, they did it. What happened to him? Is he alright, or did he die?
He's got caught.
Yeah, he got caught. He got caught at the end, like during his rampage. I guess he got caught by the police.
So the parents, like both of them as well.
Yeah. So now what's happening is they're going, they're being charged and probably going to the same cell as the child, because they're being charged for involuntary manslaughter now.
Yeah, but they're never going to be like implicated. They're going to be implicated for sure.
The text is like 100% proof.
Yeah, so they were claiming that they went there just to be safe, like, you know, to get somewhere safe. But then they found out they also took out, it was something like $4,000 or $2,000 from an ATM just before they did it, and they went to a warehouse that they were planning to hide in for a bit and then escape. So it looks like they were
planning this to get out.
Kind of, yeah. It's weird.
They probably had it in the back of their mind, thinking
they knew the kid was a bit unstable.
Yeah,
but to be honest, if you knew your kid's unstable, he's literally threatening. Why are you gonna buy him a gun?
Yeah. I don't understand why the dad bought the gun, because the dad went with him.
It's legal right, actually, don't you know?
Yeah, that is true. But the dad went with the son, and they had previously found messages from the son saying like, "Oh, I hate my life.
Or like a diary
pointless." Yeah, kind of like that. And then he was saying stuff like really, like he was drawing pictures of like blood and stuff, like students with blood coming out of them and shit. And so they already knew there was like signs of mental health there, or like something going on. Like he could.
You're not gonna buy this unstable child a gun.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the dad buys a gun with the kid. The kid posts it on Instagram or Snapchat or something, gassing it up. And and then 4 days later he's gone to school with it and he's shot people up. And like Abe said, the mum sent a message just before he did the shooting that not to do it. So obviously she must have known that he was going to do it and tried to convince him otherwise. So it's a sad story.
Yeah, and this is like the story of America, isn't it? And for me, I understand some of the arguments for guns and all that kind of stuff. I can see why sometimes they might, the arguments can make sense. But I'm just starting to think when it comes to guns in the UK, it's worked for us. Like I'm talking for you currently. For you currently in the US, it hasn't been working because of all these gun shootings, the mass shootings. But in the UK, we don't have guns, and let's be honest, it is much safer to be here.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, definitely. But I feel like because we don't have guns here legally, we just switched to knives really in this country. So I would say we have a huge knife issue.
Which is so good.
Yeah, it's better.
I'd much rather a knife issue because I can run away from a knife.
Yeah, true. But
that is the biggest difference.
Some of the ones they go around with like swords and
they are.
And
I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't
anime
no
swords and shit.
They got like a fucking some buck-two thing. You know what I mean? They just got mad shit. They may have that, but no matter what, you can always run away from it.
Yeah, you gotta be training. Yeah,
with issue with guns,
where
anyone will pick it up.
you.
And the thing is, it's much harder to conceal a deadly knife than it is to conceal a deadly gun, because a gun you can get really small ones, and in the UK there are some illegal guns that people do use, but the knives they need to be quite large that they're using. So that's what happens if you get caught. You go to prison 5 years. We may have a knife crime, but I take that over the gun crime.
Yeah.
Can you do a mass shooting with a mass knife? No. This guy's running, trying to stab one person, trying to stab a second person. By that time, all the police is around him.
And it's only gonna get crazier because these
with a gun, I could just line up everybody.
These kids are not even gonna need their parents to like buy them a gun. Like we were speaking about 3D printing. They're gonna be able to just go online, go to a website, download it, print it on their 3D printer,
and nobody even thinks it's a thing.
Yeah, but I think they're trying to make it harder to get. Like they blocked it from the websites where you get all the 3D printings.
Yeah,
like,
but you can just get a deep web thing.
Yeah, you can find it.
Quick
you can
torting.
Quick, so easy to find.
Easy thing. VPN Torbo, but that's sorted.
But even Switzerland, that's a great example of a country where guns are legal and gun crime is like tiny. It's tiny out there.
Is that legal to carry around or?
Yeah, to own. I'm not sure if you'd be able to like
own it for hunting or own it for like just owning a gun.
So I guess you're allowed to own it just to own it.
Yeah, you're allowed to own it over there. Like,
is it because it's so spread out? Because I know some places it's so spread out that police can't get to you in time if something goes wrong with you.
Oh, really? I actually don't know the reason for it, but I know the military after their service they're all given the option to keep their gun or give it back, and a lot of them keep it as well. And that's one of the reasons that there's loads of people with guns. They will just keep it after their military service.
Oh, I see.
But
yeah. So this week and last week we've been seeing all the Omnicron Transformer stuff that's been going on, and we spoke about it a little bit in the last podcast. Well, now countries are starting to react to it. Germany is banning unvaccinated from shops and bars now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Another country following in Austria's footsteps have banned and are trying to kick unvaccinated people out of society.
Was this discrimination?
Discrimination.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think it is like ridiculous. Like it is discrimination. It's not even just discrimination. It's forceful. You're being forced to take the vaccine that you may not want to take. Yeah. I understand that. But I can also understand is the government can't fight misinformation like the way it's been spreading. It's just too hard to fight it. And you fighting it, trying to fight misinformation might be causing other people to be dying because everyone's so scared of taking a vaccine due to some random new internet thing that just goes viral. You know what I mean?
It's probably a combination of misinformation and disinformation. The difference being misinformation is just people misunderstanding, and disinformation is when it's proactively.
Oh, they're going out of their way to send this information to try and confuse people. So then slowly what happens is that you're kind of force the population to do it, otherwise people will continue to die, which is again very iffy territory. So it's like they're up against a wall. I can understand that. It's like a hard place in the wall. You're not gonna really.
What would you do? Would you mandate the thing?
For me, if I was the actual, and I knew for sure,
you're the emperor.
Listen, King
Anjo.
If I knew for sure, if I knew for sure, that the government's it was safe, the vaccine was safe.
Yeah, but it's gonna stay around. It's gonna keep stay around like the flu.
I would, you know, it would save the economy of the country. I'd be
for example, if you look at China, for example,
I'd force it.
If you copy them, you'd be like, fuck it, totalitarianism, little authoritarianisms can't.
Well, if we talk about more of a democratic place, if I had the same powers as I had as Germany, for example, in that scenario, I'd have to mandate it.
So you'd play your card depending on the situation.
If I was China and I had that power, I'm a luck after whole thing. The Corona thing will not even exist, bro. Corona would not even exist.
Oh my days.
I will look after the whole thing.
You're saying sorry, boss, but I'm in charge. Yeah, listen,
I'm in charge.
You want to go to the west? Go to the west.
Them ones.
but the country's doing good because of it. So
Yeah, and it's working for them. But what I'm saying, if I'm Germany with this power,
too many China sympathizers, bro. Too many CCP sympathizers.
Yeah, I know, but true. Hey, shout out CCP. Hey, allow me to the country.
sponsor. No, I'm joking. Don't.
No. Actually, dude, if China sponsor me, bro, I'll just take the money.
Nah, I would take the money.
Yeah, but what would we have to say? We'd have to gas them up.
Bro,
and shit,
you'd have
wouldn't
to
we?
literally be.
I ain't gonna lie to you, this whole podcast will switch. Listen, the whole podcast will switch. I'll be telling you, CCP, my niggas. I'm sorry, if they're paying me, I'm switching until you pay me to switch the other way.
It won't be welcome to it. It'll be like, China number one.
Yeah. We'll actually turn around and be like the fully CCP.
That's hilarious.
Hey, listen, China, you try to sponsor us. I'm gonna take the P and I'll be your new propaganda machine.
Yeah. They have like white monkeys, they call them. It's something like that.
Oh,
where
yeah.
it's like, white
do,
people get employed over their companies just for being white, and they're like the guy they take round to like show off a bit. And
these guys are worse than the bots that do the misinformation, do the disinformation. They're worse. Like they're actually human beings. You have to like put their energy and time into it.
Yeah, true. But that's where I'm privileged. In China, I'm privileged there as well.
Yeah, proper.
Yeah.
But yeah, Germany now, since they've been doing that, they've also had a change in government.
That's crazy. Yeah?
So Angela Merkel is going to be stepping down soon. I think she's had a long reign. And to be honest,
for a while.
From what I've seen about her over the years, from where I'm like sitting, I think she's done an okay job. Germany looks like they're in a decently strong position. They look a lot better than, you know, years back when it was like Berlin is looking strong. I think Berlin as a tech capital is looking really strong.
Yeah, decent actually. There's quite a lot of jobs out there.
Yeah, so I'm starting to think, you know, Germany's quite interesting. And
I don't know. I saw recently some crazy shit about the finance in Germany. Apparently, you know, they got negative yielding bonds. So basically a vehicle, once again, investment vehicle for people to put their money in, so that the government gives them a small interest rate across time over like a safe asset. You know,
it's like savings bank account.
It's like a savings bank account, but for like all the
government,
for the biggest players, and you know, and all that stuff. So right now they're earning negative yield. So like,
you have to pay to own them.
Yeah, you have to pay to buy the contract.
Oh,
what happened? Just yesterday, I think it was like went down to like minus 5% as well.
Imagine for them to borrow money out of you, you have to pay them.
Well, to be fair, they're second on the list now for coronavirus cases. They get like 70,000 more cases per day.
But in general, though, the economy is very strong still, and they're one of the best in Europe. But for Germany, they're trying to produce a new government. It's a coalition. And it will be the end of Angela Merkel, which is, I don't know, you know, we'll see how Germany starts to maneuver. It's a coalition, though, and you know what the biggest issue with coalitions?
They both fight against each other, pretty much.
Yeah, all fighting against each other. There's no decisions that are made.
It's like when Nick Clegg and David Cameron came together.
Yeah. And you know, it's like,
if you're old enough to remember that.
What happens, is like the smaller party always tries to dictate what the larger party can do, because they can just turn around and be like, I'm not going to vote then. I'll vote with these guys.
And then makes them look bad, because then the main party didn't like stick to what they said they would do.
That's crazy. That's actually happened recently in Sweden, man. They actually had up like a prime minister for like 7 hours.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
It was just the first Swedish female.
Why only 7 hours though?
Because she was female.
And it wasn't even like official prime minister. It was like, you were going to become official. You were kind of in the position. The king has to sign it.
I remember.
And they didn't do it because
it dissolved. Yeah, the government dissolved because I think they didn't have enough of a majority. So then they had to do
They basically work on
a vote quickly, and then she again won. So now she's again prime minister.
Oh, she's prime minister again at least. I was gonna say she got snaked
for 7 hours. You know, still put that on your CV. But yeah, so talking about carrying on about Germany, World War II bombs have been exploding in Munich.
Right, yeah. Okay, so this is not like as uncommon as you would think. So, well, during World War II, the UK and the US bombed the shit out of Germany. To be honest, like I think we dropped something. It was like 1.5 tons of bombs on them, and there's a stat like 15% didn't ever explode, so they're still like 6 meters underground all over Germany.
Oh my days.
15% of like, it's something like 1.5 million tons of bombs.
Oh, and they're still around.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
There was a story a few years back where a town had to be basically what's it called when they evacuated because
yeah.
They discovered one of these bombs, and some of these bombs can be up to like 250 kilograms.
Oh my god!
Like they're actually like huge, and
I know from Battlefield that's a fat bomb.
so yeah, it's not even that uncommon in Germany for them to have to like evacuate towns and then like safely defuse the bombs and then and then allow everyone back.
Controlled explosion.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately,
controlled explosion. Imagine you have to say bye-bye to like bare houses. Just sorry, it's a controlled explosion tank.
I think one was found in London
many
a
times.
while back.
Yeah.
It's just the fallback of like
during school. Did it happen to you guys? Like, I'm pretty sure like one of my primary schools, if something was happening, they were like, "Oh no, we have to like
we have to evacuate as well."
Yeah.
I don't think I ever had that.
During the 2007 bombings, was it? Yeah, it was 2007 bombings.
Oh really?
We had to evacuate because they thought there was a bomb in my school.
Oh okay. Nah, they didn't do it for mine.
Yeah, no, it was a madness. We lived in the hood,
mad
bro.
ends, yeah. I was really with all the Greeks and Cypriots, so it was quite calm.
Yeah, to be honest.
So what are they doing about it, like right now?
Yeah, so unfortunately for this one, it wasn't found and no one was evacuated. Instead, there was some work being done to a train line on a tunnel, some drilling, and the explosion happened while they're drilling the floor. So they've either hit it or caused enough disruption in the ground for it to actually set off. And yeah, unfortunately, 4 people have been injured. One of those seriously injured, but
they all survived.
Yeah, so far no one's died.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. And the one they hit was 250 kilograms. The bomb it's a huge bomb, and so I don't know. So they just got really lucky, to be honest. But they're kind of worried about how this ever happened. How did they not catch it earlier? I don't know how they used to catch it earlier. I don't know if they have to do scans to detect it if it's underground. So I don't see how easy it is to find it beforehand.
Maybe I don't know. It's probably stuff to do with the same way they find out if there's an earthquake coming up or I don't know, some shit like that.
It could be because
guessing.
It might be taking up space in some. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. I'm just guessing. How would they do it?
Well, earthquakes are done on the Richter scale, based on vibrations.
Yeah,
the bomb's just in the ground.
So maybe based on those vibrations, you can maybe tell if there's an object blocking it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's how they study when to build stuff. For example, when you're building a building, when you're building,
yeah,
you have to know what the underground settlement is like. If it's
right,
clay,
you do
if it's granite. And there's loads of different ways of doing it.
The company I used to work for, we used to do environmental searches on those. So then you check what if there's a mine below your house. And you lose value of that kind of stuff. And
really? Damn. Okay.
Yeah. So based on that, it's checked.
How about that?
So they all survived. That's actually quite.
Yeah, so far.
People are always surviving in some crazy scenarios, man.
Yeah. It is, but obviously, I don't know how one's seriously injured. So it might be life-changing injuries. Exactly, he might be the guy right on top of it.
He might be alive, but
And have you guys seen that map for London? That shows you all the bombs that have dropped in London. And
I think so. Yeah, you can see if your house has got hit. Yeah.
Where I was living before, there was 2 bombs. One on the house side, on the fucking house.
Really?
And one on the road, on perpendicular to my house. A bomb that hit there.
Oh, mad. Okay. Mine didn't get hit directly, luckily. But there's still World War II shelters at the top of there's a main road next to my house, and at the top of it there's a big grass verge between the 2 sides of the road, and they're buried now, but there used to be shelters in there for World War II when the bombings would happen. People would go under there.
That is crazy.
So
in London they have an open once I think you own quite a lot of large space underground, you can dig for quite some time, a certain amount.
Right,
they're changing the laws on that because a lot of the super rich, especially in London, the house may look normal at the
a regular house,
but
the basement is so far
multi-levels.
Is literally a whole mansion.
They actually do that here.
In London, bro.
That's
it's massive.
Bro, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest issues with Kensington is that people are saying that the floor was not very safe anymore because people have dug so deep down and created such massive houses below the fucking house that it's just it's like having an underground fucking mansion.
That's sick. I didn't know you could do that. I might have to get that done at my house. Have some weird long house stretching down the garden.
Yeah, it's because in the UK, especially in London,
there's not much space.
You're not allowed to grow your do extensions on your house too often. You
just ask permission.
Yeah, you have to ask permission, and they usually say no because it's a city. It's an old building or adjacent to another thing or blah blah blah.
And getting the permission is very hard. What some people do actually is they buy houses. They know how to get planning permission for a house. They get the planning permission and they sell the house on. and that's all they did. Get planning permission and they sell it on, and they make like a 20k or 30k.
It's like scalping just based on that permission.
Right.
It's like getting a license. You add the license on top of the house they're buying.
Oh, that's sick. Okay.
And then people can come get out in a very nice house in London and then build an underground mansion thing.
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's crazy, bro.
It is crazy. This week we had lawsuits happening left, right, and center in like the entertainment business and the YouTube sector.
Yeah, who's gonna start with?
Even Klein, h3h3, received this lawsuit from Ryan Kavanaugh, who's the CEO of Triller, was it?
He's a co-founder and majority stakeholder.
Yeah. So go on, was it?
Yeah, I was watching Philip DeFranco, as I do sometimes, even though he's a bit annoying, but it's fun. And I was like, Ethan Klein, h3h3, is in another lawsuit. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, what is going on? The guy's been getting chased by lawsuits since years now. It's been literally, I don't know, multiple years, back to back to back.
Have any of them succeeded?
Yeah, he won the last one. It was a fair use one.
Right. Okay.
It's always like fair trade, fair use.
It was a fair use one. And the whole of YouTube came together, donated him money.
Bro,
I remember that actually. Yeah.
And then there was scandals about the money afterwards. And fam, the scandals are chasing this nigga. So I'm thinking like he's obviously... He knows, maybe he's holding his ground a lot of times. Either way, let's get into this one. So with this one, it's about Triller, which is a bit like UFC, but a new promotion. People like Jake Paul are also stakeholders. A lot of TikTokers are stakeholders. So it's quite interesting. And then this guy Ryan Kavanaugh, who's an older gentleman. I don't know how old he is. Maybe like 45, 50. I'm just guessing. And so he obviously is upset that h3h3 was streaming the fights that were being broadcasted on Triller onto his fans, but he apparently h3h3 was like, well, it's not like I was just streaming it for everyone to watch. It was like fair use. We were kind of watching it. Our camera wasn't always like on the screen. We were commentating over it. We were like, blah blah blah. It was like fair use type of thing.
I don't think he watched it live. I think it was like 4 days after.
Yeah, it was like afterwards as well. It was,
okay.
So he wasn't like he was taking the pay-per-view money. Do you know what I mean? Like he was. I guess, but Ryan Kavanaugh can argue, as he did on an article he wrote. He's like, why I'm suing h3h3. He explains like, nah, there's money that can be made afterwards and blah 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 blah. He says millions and millions I've lost. And then also he was like, plus I'm doing an extra like sewage or lawsuit because he's doing. So it's called scandal, not scandalous, slander. When you're chatting bad.
Wait, what?
It's like defamation or slander. I think one of the two. Because h3h3 has been talking mad shit about him, which he's allowed to, even in my opinion.
Yeah, you're allowed to talk.
But he's like, I'm not Triller, so you shouldn't be talking about me. You should be talking about my company. Like,
yeah. So he says it's personal.
Yeah, so it's a bit personal. But obviously, h3h3 is probably going to get a lot of support again. I don't know.
It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like again that they haven't got much room to stand on.
Yeah.
Ryan
Were they actually? Was it fair use or did they take the piss?
It is. It's highly fair use. I think what Ryan Kavanaugh was hoping was he really didn't understand the YouTubers around the base.
He didn't understand the scene. He doesn't understand the culture, what's going on, the context. He thought he can come in as a CEO or some sort of executive.
I just dropped down bare lawsuits and scared someone into submission.
Yeah,
but literally the person he went for was the only person. The only guy. He's the only guy that had qualified for it. You could have gone for anyone else, but this is the one guy who was ready for it. In fact, he had been donated the fund that is used for lawsuits. He's ready. That's how much ready he was.
Bro, he's actually taken the piss. He dresses up and stuff like on the streets.
As the law.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
As like a judge, as a courthouse. His girlfriend dressed up as a police one with the old like stripper look like. It's jokes. They're just taking the piss, fam. They know what's up.
Okay.
Like.
But so obviously he was ready for it, and it is entirely fair use because. The idea was I'm gonna put so many lawsuits that he's not gonna have enough money to keep fighting me, so he's gonna be forced to settle.
Right.
So that's the idea when it comes to the United States. The person who's richer genuinely can bully someone.
In the UK happens like that as well. Yeah,
but he one guy who had money in the bank.
Exactly. Yeah, that's fuck up.
And a lot of people are saying that because all these YouTubers are also like shareholders on Triller, they're kind of pushing him to do this as well because Jake Paul doesn't like Ethan Klein. These guys don't. So it could be also a bit more of a personal.
Yeah, there could be some influence from that we're not paying attention to.
But it shows you like in the United States, it really is. If I'm rich, doesn't matter if the lawsuit is frivolous or not.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
I'ma just sit there and just keep filing shit because I know you haven't got the money to keep up in this lawsuit to defend yourself.
Yeah, it's like poker when you're playing poker and you can bully someone. I mean,
not when you're richer than someone, you just bully them.
But I think they're desperate though because a lot of those TikTokers didn't even get paid on the event.
Oh, really?
Was this for Triller?
Yeah, only the UK YouTubers all forced their contract to state they get paid before.
Yeah.
So they all got paid before the fight, and then all the American TikTokers had their contract saying they get paid after the fight based on what they make, sort of thing.
Yeah.
and they didn't make enough because they already paid the UK beforehand. They didn't have money to pay any of the American dons. No. So most of them barely got anything.
That's so rude.
They actually got violated. So I think they're desperate. They're going after people that stole their money, that stole their pay-per-views to try and. So I don't know.
So he needs that to win this, basically.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's crazy, man.
Oh man, talk about more suings and stuff. Travis Scott has been getting sued left, right, and center. Currently seeing about 2 million lawsuits.
2 million lawsuits.
No, $2 billion in lawsuits.
Oh, whoa, shit.
Sorry, did I say million? Billion.
Billions.
B.
Billion. Right.
Yeah, 2 billion. Him and Drake. Everyone. Anyone.
Drake as well.
Around,
everyone's got tagged.
Anyone.
The camera guy. The camera guy.
The camera guy's getting hit. Everybody's getting hit. And so obviously Travis was trying to be nice. It has nothing to do with the lawsuit. He tried to give money to the family so that they can for their funeral costs and everything. And they rejected that shit. They're like, take your stinky ass
How much
money.
did he offer?
Whatever it was to cover that stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit peak because you need it, but you don't want to take it because then it almost validates. Like it almost says you forgive him.
Yeah.
When you don't.
And not only that, but it also looks really bad because fuck, I was going to say, keep going.
Well, he's like corrupted.
He's
that's
like,
why paid them off. Yeah, paid them off as if he's trying to pay them off a bit, but I'm trying to get on the good side. And then they were like, I guess they got really angry about that, and I think because the 9-year-old kid that died, his family are going all the way to that. We need to take this man down for good levels. So, and to be honest,
9-year-old doing an ASAP Rocky.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Although I feel really bad for you, I just honestly still don't believe your child should even been there in the first place.
Yeah,
and then
it was
secondly,
not the scene.
And secondly, it's like you could. I can see why you could blame Travis Scott, but you guys really, if I'm the family, who am I going for? The guys, the health safety guys, the ones who were directly responsible. Okay. I hate the fact that people always go for wrong people.
Artists.
Yeah.
Or just like sometimes if you're gonna take someone down because you're pissed, at least aim correctly. Aim correctly.
It might get turned down. Their lawsuit, like it might fail because they've gone after the wrong guy. Person. Really, they could have actually got money back if they went after the organizer.
Currently, everyone's getting hit though. I think currently it's like,
but the details are important.
They're aiming for everybody. Travis Scott is getting hit.
It. The more the merrier.
Yeah,
whatever sticks in it.
Whatever sticks at this point. MrBeast released a sick video this week. Did you guys see that? The Squid Game video.
Yeah, that was good actually.
I enjoyed the shit out of it.
That's the best Squid Game video out there so far.
Because they did it.
Yeah, they actually did the course.
The actual course. Looked so lifelike.
What do you mean? He spent 3 million. Of course, it's going to be the best one.
True.
It was honestly unbelievable.
Yeah. Who were the first people to do it? Who was I think it was RDC World. You know those guys?
Yeah.
They were the first one on the scene. Yeah,
and he didn't even have the costumes.
They were like, we don't care. We're just going to be first.
Yeah. Did they get a lot of views as well? They went in.
Let's check.
See, it's not even quality. It's just timing.
A lot of the time, it's timing.
Yeah.
And so we're just trying to hit. Obviously, we're only going to be talking about this a little bit. We're just trying to get MrBeast in the title. And obviously, we get some views.
You know who I think got the most snaked out that whole thing? What? It's the second place guy.
Second place guy. So hard.
10 grand to come second.
10 grand, and the first guy got 456 grand.
But it should be a bit like that normally because no. Wait, hold on. You know when you're watching like I don't know, like maybe you guys don't watch it, but some sort of League of Legends tournament or some Dota tournament, and it's like the winner is like 2 million, second place is 1 million, so it's like
but that's good.
So it's like not that bad. It's like 50% drop.
But this is 10k.
Yeah,
10k out.
You better win, nigga.
You know what's even sadder? Is that the guys who left first all took 4k each home.
Yeah, so basically
you might as well just dipped. And you know what? Anyone who came third or less, they didn't get no money.
Yeah, you just got punished in the middle bit.
Yeah, the middle bit, you got punished for being there.
I don't know, because I don't know why, to be honest.
He only paid the guys who told at the beginning was like, guys, 4k? Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
They got 10. The RDC World, I just checked now. They got 10 million views in 2 months.
Oh, okay.
And that's like one of the top ones in recent years or recent months in it. Yeah, the top video apart from that is like 60.
And honestly, it was like the most low effort video ever.
It was very low effort. It's like they were just playing basketball. Some black guys won. That's it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
3 million this guy paid for. I think he did a really good job. I was so gassed about it.
And it shows you because his business model is all in. Every video, I'm gonna put all my money, and it's gonna because I put so much money in it, it's gonna go viral. That's gonna make me even more money. I'm gonna put even more money in that video. That's gonna go even more viral, and I'll keep doing that until I get to the top. And then one time I'll just make that one video and I'll just keep the money. But that amount of money that I've made, it will be so ridiculous.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah,
like it's enough to retire on. But that's a sick model. But it's like every time you need to hit. Because imagine you spend all your money on a video and it gets like 5k views. Or
right,
yeah.
Like I feel like he's got to a point where even the ones that aren't even that entertaining still bang somehow.
Yeah,
they
bang.
I don't know, man. I watch like all of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, really?
They all bang.
I think it's because my girlfriend Maria, she loves them. Like I'm gonna like we always trying to find something to watch in between. Like her YouTube videos are always a bit dead to me. My videos are a bit dead to her.
Yeah.
So in between we have MrBeast or like Aaron Priest, something like this.
Okay.
And MrBeast is always just so fire. The way he starts his videos, there's no intro, there's nothing. He's just so I bought the whole entire American.
I've paid to be the president of the United States this video.
And if anyone can keep their hands off me, they win 10 million. It's like, oh my god, some bullshit like that. And then you're like, my favorite ones are like the chasing ones where they have to find each other, the hide and seek ones. That shit is lit, bro.
California town. I don't know if there's a difference, but California,
just the north part of it.
I see. So the north part of California declares itself a constitutional republic to basically ignore COVID rules.
Okay.
This one I was absolutely in shock because obviously you hear what's it called, Joe Rogan and these like all of his friends. Maybe you guys know some of them. I don't know, like Tim Pool or whatever. Matt Taibbi. They're always talking about how bad LA is, the homelessness, the COVID, the mayor. What's it? Gavin Newsom or whatever his name is. He's getting cussed out 24/7. Even recently, I was catching up with the Californian like electoral thing. They had like some sort of snap election, but something along those lines, where Gavin Newsom was being recalled. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a recall. And they didn't end up winning. The Republicans. They had like Larry Elder out and some YouTuber called.
YouTuber.
Yeah, some YouTuber was running for it. Yeah.
I wonder why
he was called Meet Kevin. He got I think like 5% of the vote or something like that. So it was a decent. Larry Elder, who everyone's saying is the black spokesman of white supremacy of the Republican Party or some shit like this. I don't know how that works. If you're black and you're white supremacist, I don't know how that works. And then I was so shocked to see California now saying, okay, there's a part of that region that is also like just sick of it, just absolutely sick of LA and be like, we're going to become a republic, we're going to fuck off with the COVID rules, and we're going to try and take steer our own direction.
But how can you, wait.
Are they allowed to just declare?
Yeah. Can I go to America
it's
and declare?
It's like when Barcelona tried to do their thing. They're going to keep pushing. They're basically
they're
going to say,
told.
they're going to say it, but then, they're going to try to push for it and then see what happens. It's not like an official thing.
It's not an official thing.
No,
at all.
I mean,
so the police, they will just send the army in like, shut up, we're going to
if they want to, yeah. But basically they could, yeah. But for right now.
And I think it's a bunch of guys that came together and said we're gonna make our own little thing, and then
the media blew it up.
The media blew it up.
It was like
and then suddenly the government sees out what?
Yeah, everyone else living there. It's like,
everyone just go send the fucking police over there and shut these guys down.
But yeah, it was basically like someone proposed it. It's like it's called a resolution. Someone was just like, let's do this thing.
A little group vote at the town hall.
Yo, Dovey, I would propose, should we just do a republic thing in London?
100%. No taxes. No more taxes.
No, I'm tired of taxes.
Honestly,
hey, you know what, Masud, you done?
Yeah, no taxes.
Alright, that's it. I'm gonna go call
I think it's enough of us.
Bro, I'm gonna go call up the media and they're gonna start now. The London has their own republic in the
London Stan.
London, we'll call it London Stan. So the racists don't like it.
Just like you guys though, people were shocked. So I think Lisa Pruitt, which is a rural law expert at the University of California, she was like, a municipality cannot unilaterally declare itself not subject to the laws of the state of California. Like whatever they mean by constitutional republic, you can't hocus pocus and make it happen.
Yeah, it sounds a bit dumb, isn't it?
We just made it happen though. We got London and Stan.
Yeah, we said so.
But it's still cool to see that they try to, I guess it's more like a signaling thing, like a virtue signaling thing. But it starts off like that always. It always starts off like that. Isn't always the Scottish people trying to say, oh no, we're going to go independent this year. Yeah.
Apparently 55% support for that now.
Well, recently, 55.
Yeah. Boris's ramblings and forgetting and Peppa Pig and Kermit the Frog shit. Some reason making people lose faith in him up there in Scotland.
You know what I'm saying? Look how long.
Last time they had the vote, it was skewed the other way. They wanted to stay.
Yeah, it's 55% now. Yeah, they want. Wait, stay where?
Stay in the UK. Last time they had a referendum.
Before
back-to-back referendums. It's back-to-back referendum every time recently.
Yeah. So we might.
They actually asked for it again because they're like, now we've got the right vote ready.
Yeah.
These guys are like, now we're ready. Actually.
Yeah. It'd actually be mad if they do it.
Yeah.
They'll go straight back into the EU, I think.
Automatically, you think?
No, they'll just opt for it. They didn't want to leave the EU at all
from the beginning. Yeah, well,
allegedly.
No, it's not allegedly. Like you could see it actually on the map. The votes have been counted.
They told us.
But then.
Man said allegedly.
No, but what I'm saying is, then they had the referendum to stay independent, or not, and then they said.
Oh,
to
from the
stay.
UK, yeah.
So
yeah,
then, but if they didn't, then they could go back to the EU. So which one is it? Which one is it, boys?
Oh, they
no,
want
it's
to
a bigger
leave
loss.
now.
I think it's a bigger loss to leave the UK than it is to leave the EU. For them.
That's my point, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So do you guys remember Malaysian Airlines?
Oh yeah. That was ages ago. Yeah.
You remember that it got lost in somewhere in the Indian Ocean,
Right.
and what's happening? And I think this is a good example of like generally governments around the world and how they generally operate. When they were doing the search for the Indian Ocean, there were many organizations doing their own independent searches. Not one of them cooperating. So now, years later, a team came together who then took all the data from all these different organizations and finally put it all together. And they now believe that they know where the Malaysian airline crashed.
Oh, really? It's based on putting it all together.
Yeah,
That's
all this data, because they're like, these guys didn't communicate yet. Everyone had enough data to produce this. If you were able to see it from a kind of an overview format, then you could have easily been able to tell.
Yeah.
They're not obviously 100% sure because they haven't checked it.
Right, they just think,
we've done the calculations.
Calculations here, the bit of X on the map.
X, this place here. And we're hoping they're right. You remember that meme about the Malaysian Airlines? Obviously, you need to put that meme up on the thing. It was like Malaysian Airlines.
Do you remember what he's talking about?
No, describe it. I don't know.
It's like a meme where it's like Malaysian Airlines. Lose yourself this summer.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was peak. Yeah. It looked like a proper advert or poster, didn't it? Yeah.
Lose yourself.
That was good to be heard. But yeah, but no, it would be cool to find out what actually happened to that. So every accident like that's a learning experience.
That's it. I feel bad, but obviously it's a dark humor thing. This is the Let's Chat Shit podcast. We have a bit of dark humor here and there.
I feel like they're just speaking up though a bit before having any evidence. Surely, like you'd want to wait, find it, and then be like the heroes for finding it rather than just I don't know. Like
I always find that so weird that people like to claim like victories when the job isn't complete yet.
Yeah, they don't want to put the work in to get the victory, but they'll claim it beforehand.
And then later on you find out they never really did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like I always find that, like, we even had it in a case at work where, people will claim something they've done, completed, and you'd get celebrated for that, but then later on we find out that you didn't actually do half the job.
Oh, really?
Like,
yeah, okay.
So it is a trait I've seen in a lot of people. It's claiming victories too early.
Right.
And never finishing off. And for the final story today, Saudi billionaire trying to cop an aristocracy. What is that, Monsieur?
Aristocracy.
Aristocracy. So I couldn't say the word.
Yeah, obviously.
Status in the UK.
Dyslexic in that. Yeah.
I think you spelled it wrong. I think you spelled it wrong. That's what.
Oh, maybe it's a typo. No, it's correct. Yeah, I checked it now. Demo when he tried it. I was like, I'll throw something to save you and then bite you back.
I right clicked and I did the auto spelling feed.
Yeah. So this story isn't as crazy as it sounds, because it says the Saudi billionaire who sought to join Britain's aristocracy, and Mahfouz Mare Mubarak bin Mahfouz is his name.
Nice.
I can laugh at this because my name is Mas'ud Al-Qadir Muhammad. It's some long ass name as well, so it's all Arabic as well. I'm allowed to laugh at this. Yeah. So he's been trying to acquire a British knighthood. You man are playing with sweets, bro. Why are we doing this? You just wasted after this one story,
Go on.
Listen, let's finish this off. Come on, we're nearly here. Alright, so basically, this guy's been cozying up to the British royalty for like 10 years, like decades ago.
He tried to buy a knighthood.
Yeah. He's trying to cop a knighthood.
Yo, Lizzie. Let me cop a little Hey, how much for that knighthood?
You know the ones where they stand on the ground and they get, I don't know, people on the sword on the shoulders. Yeah. And then boom, you got the surname, like you got the surname on the bottom.
Yeah.
So David Attenborough, for example.
Lewis Hamilton is knighted.
Oh yeah, Lewis Hamilton. Fam, some random people getting knighted nowadays. So this guy's
what about that rapper? What was that rapper's name?
Tupac.
No, he's talking about the one who
UK one.
Yeah.
Wait. No, you talk about Tinchy Stride or some shit.
No,
it was.
He went over and pretended to be American, but got caught for being English, right? That guy.
You mean 21 Savage?
Yeah, that guy. So Savage, you mean?
Oh no, that's not what he means. He's talking about like She's tried teeny.
Wiley. That's
Wiley.
it.
Oh.
Wiley was knighted.
I remember. Yeah,
Wiley,
I don't know why, man.
Wiley was got an MBE, and he was knighted under the that he's giving a lot to the culture.
When you have to make one up.
Bro, the way you said that to me, I looked straight in the face. I was like, "You take the piss." Man.
No, bro.
You're like, "Yeah, bro, what's the real thing? What do you see on your screen?" Like,
Bro, no, because I can't see the exact bit because now they're talking about his anti-Semitism.
bro, what the fuck? Anyway, fuck it. Let's bring it back.
Wait, but listen.
Okay, go on.
Look how funny this was. Yeah, when Wiley got knighted. Yeah, he then later on got found out for on Twitter. He was like tweeting bare anti-Semitic shit about Jewish people, and then later there was like a BBC interview and they were telling him, oh, they might take away your knighthood, and he was like, what that shit was fake anyway, I didn't get no money, take it back.
Really? Oh, okay.
Bro, it was the most embarrassing, like, you know when you're looking at it like, rah, we gave this guy an MB.
Yeah, that's a bit of a fuck up.
Oh my days.
Bear hoodie, so funny,
Bro, this guy though, he thought, you know what? Because like, I don't know if you guys know much about that, the Middle East and what they like to do, but obviously they like the jewelry, they like the luxury lifestyle. I mean, look at what happened to Dubai, for example. Yeah. You know, biggest building in the world, Burj Khalifa. You know, people they have like. You know, even in the UK they have it here as well with the license plate status, you know. Yeah. So this guy, he was like, you know what, how can I get the ultimate status? So he apparently he's with some guy who who works with ultra high net worth individuals and allows you to like rub shoulders with the the nobility of the UK. Yeah. So he gets you close to them, innit? So across his years of getting close to them, and I'll tell you some of the stuff he's done, but I just want to tell you his title, bro.
Okay.
It's just a madness. So you remember his name, yeah? So obviously I'm gonna try again, but forgive me. It's Doctor. Now he somehow got a doctor.
He bought that one. He bought that one.
Wait. I fucked up. Let me start again. He turned all of his years of hard work into His Excellency Dr. Mahfouz Maray Mubarak bin Mahfouz CBE GCM LJFRSA Baron of Abernathy.
Oh, he's a baron as well. Nah, this guy went in.
He's a Baron of Abernathy. Basically that title doesn't mean anything. He just like he bought it. He's
collected bare
so
badges.
He's a baron in the UK.
Yeah, 10 years ago he just bought the title, fam. He just paid like I think over,
he actually bought it.
Fully, like he bought. I think he paid it for like 100. It says here 114 and 128,000. I think
he made it too long. He accidentally fell on the keyboard at one point.
As a billionaire, he's thinking 140.
Yeah, but this is like a couple years, like 10, 12 years ago, whatever it was.
But he's like, bro, I was gonna give you a couple millies for 150 for you man like cheap here in the UK, bro.
150,000.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. What if they're gonna give me that many letters and that many names?
And he's been like, you know, by rubbing with nobility, like he's not just hanging out with them, but he's like donating to them. So he's been doing massive, handsome donations towards the most prestigious universities such as Oxford and Cambridge, to military charities, to Britain's heritage charities, for stuff like antiques, bronze dust, shit like this. Right. What else has he been doing? Substantial support for properties.
Right. Yeah. He's simping hard for the UK.
You can earn the MBE in it, so he's trying to earn that.
He's been just copying like thing after thing after thing he's been buying stuff, donating for Prince Charles's foundations.
Yeah, he's fully trying.
He's basically just deep in the game, just rubbing everyone's shoulders like, here you go, here's some money, give me credit.
What was that thing he probably did? Was the one where you have to go like camping? What was it called? The
Duke of Edinburgh Award.
He probably did that as well.
he's got the gold. He's got the gold. he did all of them. He's got all his scout badges. He's got
all the scout badges.
He bought them all.
But
swimming towel badges.
He went outside the swimming. Then he said to buy all the badges.
Did you lot used to have swimming lessons when younger?
Yeah.
Where you get the towel and you get the badges you put on the towels and shit.
Yeah, but he's had meetings with the Queen and numerous members of Parliament. Almost all of them Conservative, apparently.
But he still got turned down for it, or?
No, he's paying them as consultants, for example, the Conservative Party members, for example.
But what happened with his paying his way into? Is it still ongoing?
This shit's ongoing. This guy, he's on track, fam. He's just buying stuff after stuff after back. He's got a track record.
Eventually, you gotta let him in. I feel like you gotta let him in, or he's
in the country already, bro.
Bro.
He said let him in.
Bro, the guy's got every letter next to his name.
Oh, it's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's done loads of restoration projects.
Okay,
for
I reckon he's qualified. You know, give him that knighthood.
sustainable housing projects. I'm literally just scanning like right now. It's paragraph after paragraph. Every paragraph he's done
literally working for the UK aristocracy.
There's got to be a point where he's put enough money into our country for us to be like, yeah, go on, give it to him.
Go on, give it.
I wouldn't mind encouraging that behaviour. We'll be rich.
Yeah, I encourage it. But yeah, that's the end of the Let's Chat Share podcast. Make sure
thank you.
Subscribe, like, comment. We need some comments. Just put a comment there,
Yeah.
bro. If you made it to the end, I shout
Honestly,
out.
slap the keyboard. Just slap it.
Slap it, bro.
We'll give it a like. We'll give it a like.
We will, bro.
They're gonna say that it's spam, but I'm gonna make sure that it's not. I'm gonna say no, it's not spam. It's actually constructive criticism.
Exactly. And that's it.
That's it. Oh my days, this was lit.
I need a piss so badly.